Okay, here we are, Jack's floor.
So you never answered my question.
This way. What question?
What do you think of
Right here. I got
Devon's new
you.
girlfriend?
Devon's new girlfriend?
Hey, is that my buddy Jack? How goes it?
Going great. How about you?
Oh, it's going great, thanks. Appreciate that.
You know, Dad, what I'll tell you is that regardless of what I think of Gwen,
Yeah?
what I do know is that Devon respects her and treats her a lot better than Jack did Kelly.
Are you kidding? Lily, that was absolutely uncalled for.
I have to go back to work. Have a good meeting, okay?
Yeah. Jack, I am so sorry.
No need to apologize. She didn't say anything I haven't already thought myself.
Phyllis, what can I do for you?
I think it's time we cleared the air.
Total number of structures coming down is around 15, give or take. The old candy factory may be repurposed for a central kitchen for a local restaurant, but other than that, those old dilapidated buildings are going bye-bye.
What did detractors say? Because the word is that the opposition movement's getting more vocal every day.
Well, we've got a plan for that.
Oh, hi. Hey. What a morning. I have been doing battle with the forces of darkness in the prosecution's office since 8 a.m. Anyway, you ready for lunch? I am dying for a Reuben.
Lunch may have to wait.
Hey, Santa, what's shaking? You know, that tree you brought me is still standing. Well, kind of. It was on life support when you brought it to me. Hello? Debbie Downer? What's the matter? You look like you lost your only friend.
That is exactly what I'm afraid of.
So I don't understand why we had to come here. I mean, why couldn't we just talk in the club?
Well, it really isn't something I can tell you in public.
You mean the reason that you didn't show up to our anniversary brunch and why you've been so distant these weeks?
Yes. And I am sorry. I'm sorry I couldn't be honest with you sooner.
Oh, Michael.
I have cancer.
Look, this is going to do more than revitalize the warehouse district. It's going to bring a whole new life to the downtown area, making Genoa City a destination for conferences, conventions, and like. Like anyone in the hospitality business is set to gain from this. You know, that includes you too, Dylan. You choose to relocate Crimson Lights. Why don't you two come and have a seat? We can talk about the city's future. Your future.
Thanks, but I'll handle my own future without your help. Oh, now if you'll excuse us, we have some place to be. Thanks.
Thank you.
I don't think they were too impressed with your sales pitch.
Look, Dylan's taking this personal. All right? I don't blame him. It takes a specific type of person to see the vision and execute it.
Which is why you've come to me.
Precisely.
What are you doing?
I'm sorry. No, really, I'm sorry.
But you think I'm
sorry.
joking? In your lifetime, how many jokes have you heard with the punchline, I have cancer?
No, I thought you were going to tell me you were having an affair. That you wanted a divorce, that you didn't find me attractive anymore.
You thought I was having an affair.
Yes, I had all these scenarios in my head, and I kept playing them, what you would say, what I would say. I said that I never saw it coming, and then you would tell me some story about a young, hot paralegal that you met at a deposition.
Well, you were wrong to think that, weren't you? It's nothing as prosaic as an affair. It's nothing as complicated as breaking up a marriage. It's really simple. I have cancer. And not to put too fine a point upon it, it's prostate cancer. You can keep laughing now if you'd like.
How do you know?
I went in for some routine test when I was having, you know, my little problems in bed. It turned up something totally unrelated to my PSA levels were elevated. He ran some more tests.
But that urology appointment was months ago.
Yeah, well, then he sent me to an oncologist.
And you're just now getting the results. That is so negligent on
It's
their
not the
part.
doctor's fault. And I just didn't find out.
What do you mean?
I have known for a while.
How long?
Weeks, several weeks.
Damn you. Damn you that you knew that you had cancer for weeks and didn't tell me.
What I did wasn't fair to Kelly or to Phyllis. They both deserve better. Here's your water.
Thanks. Jack, the way I'm looking at it, you were put in an impossible position.
Nah, Neil, I had choices.
Yeah, but Jack, a year had gone by. Phyllis's doctors did everything they could. They agreed there was no hope that Phyllis would ever come out of that coma and be like she was before. Everything that made Phyllis who she was gone. Now, I know how tempting it would have been to find solace at the bottom of a billboard.
No, that wasn't an option. Just as it wasn't an option for you to crack open the booze just because of your blindness.
Well, you also weren't looking for someone to fill the hole in your heart, but it happened. You were honest with Kelly about where you stood. You told her that you were hoping that Phyllis would come back to you one day.
Yeah, at the beginning. And then I dropped the ball on the truth when Phyllis actually came back, with both of them. I didn't tell Phyllis about Kelly for obvious reasons. The doctors didn't want us to pile on difficult information.
And then after that?
After that, I didn't want to hurt Phyllis. I didn't want to hurt either of them. So I just tiptoed along, keeping Kelly's hopes up and feeding Phyllis half-truths, and now I'm drowning in them.
We're both adults. We can be civilized about this. Honestly, I have no idea what you're talking about. I know you were sleeping with Jack. Did he tell you? He didn't tell you. Jack was trying to protect me. He thought it'd be too much for me, hearing about your little tryst.
Tryst?
Mm-hmm. He thought I was gonna blow it way out of proportion.
You know what, Phyllis? Since you're so eager to clear the air and since Jack hasn't seen fit to tell you the truth about our relationship, I would be more than happy to tell you anything you want to know.
I don't need you to tell me anything because you don't have a relationship with Jack. That much I'm sure you are clear about. I think it's time to be honest.
Okay, Phyllis, let's do that then. Since you're clearly capable of dealing with it now, let's be completely honest.
Are you sure you don't want something stronger than OJ?
Wouldn't help.
Well, now I know something's up.
Look, can we just,
Just what?
Nothing.
Why are you acting so weird? Does it have something to do with the crack I made about you losing your best friend? Something happened I'm not aware of? Did you actually go out and find a best friend?
Have you seen the latest Platosphere installment? That one-eyed bludgeoner? He's one gnarly dude, huh?
Seriously? I've told you all of this personal stuff. What it was like growing up in the path, having a mother who didn't care about me. Stuff that, by the way, I don't talk to anyone about. And then you come in here so upset, you're almost catatonic. And when I ask you about it, you change the subject to the Kingdom Beyond fanfiction. The fantasy that guy writes is more real than what's going on here. You're the one who was so eager to be friends. And it's not something that I know a lot about, but from what I've heard, the friendship thing, it goes two ways. Hell with it.
It's Michael.
I wasn't ready to tell anyone.
Since when am I anyone?
Look, I would like to have all the facts before making a public announcement.
So how did Kevin find out, huh? I am your wife. I am the one that you made the vows to, but yet you choose to tell your brother before you tell me.
That is not how it happened. I did not tell Kevin. He figured it out.
How in God's name did he figure that out?
You know how he is. He thought I was cheating on you, too. He started snooping around, doing what he does. He hacked into my phone, my calendar or something. He found out I was having a doctor's appointment, and he just showed up. And at that point, I wasn't ready to lie to him. No, I should have told you. I need you in my corner, but this is my cancer. You are not allowed to be mad. You stop being mad. You can't be mad.
I'm not mad. I'm not. I'm scared.
Look, I need to get in front of this thing, okay, before it snowballs. Show the community the potential here so that they can embrace it versus shun it. People love to get excited about things. It gets them worked up, makes them feel like they're part of something. And the best way to do that is get a local business such as yourself involved. Put you front and center as a spokesperson.
Basically, what you're trying to do is buy my support.
Of course not, Kane. You've got too much integrity. I've never insulted you that way. However, what I am saying is that if you'd be willing to agree that this redevelopment plan is for the greater good of Genoa City and lend your time voluntarily, I'd be willing to bet that my backers would make a sizable contribution to a charity of your choice. Cancer research, if I'm not mistaken.
Let me talk to Devon and Lily. I'm not really certain that they'll go for it, though.
All right, for starters, you host an informal cocktail hour. Well, we put a plan out there to the community and field some questions. Put a face to the project so that people can realize that we're not the enemy here.
Okay, but don't expect me to speak on behalf of the developers.
You introduce me, and I'll take it from there. But as a local business owner and someone who's trusted in the community, I need you front and center.
Hello there. Well, before we let your organization use our facilities and good name, there's a few things that I would like to ask you.
Well, I think this looks like a good spot. Avery.
You know, I really thought Kane was smarter than that. For him to succumb to this empty flattery.
Really? We're gonna talk about Joe right now?
He's trying to sell Kane on taking his side in the redevelopment fight. Playing on their friendship, promising him God knows what. It's exactly the kind of backroom deal-making that I can't stand. You get a couple of people who have a lot of money and power making the decisions for everyone else.
Time out. No offense, but the last two things I want to talk about right now are real estate and Joe Clark.
Okay, well, it's not about Joe. It's about what he's trying to do and how it's affecting you and a lot of other hardworking
we'll just talk
people.
about it later.
No, this is about your future. This is about our...
Do I have your attention now?
Uh-huh.
The Young and the Restless will continue.
Reserved? Did you do this?
Mademoiselle, would you care to have a seat?
Well, there doesn't seem to be anyone else clamoring for it.
I just wanted to make sure we had this spot to ourselves. Wanted everything to be perfect.
Ah.
There you go.
Ooh, hot chocolate. You came prepared.
Darling, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Okay, darling, mademoiselle, what's happening? Who are you? Mini marshmallows. Ooh. Wow.
They're your favorite, right?
They are. You really know the way to a girl's heart. A few more. Thank you.
You remember this is the bench. This is the bench I stood on and announced to the world that I love you. I love Avery Clark. Can everybody out there hear me that I love this woman? No, you get up here. Oh. I'm not gonna be quiet until everybody in the world knows that I love you.
I love you. I remember.
And I told you that day that, all I ever wanted was to be able to be together in public. Just be open about our relationship and what we are to each other. And for some reason or another, it just, it hasn't been our time.
Well, because I was married, and then you were in Afghanistan.
And then I was dead, which made that especially tricky.
But you came back to me. Dylan.
It's me.
I thought... Is this real?
It's okay. It's real. We've had more than our fair share of roadblocks. It seems like so many times just the idea of us, being together has been a fantasy. But we've overcome it all. There's no stopping us. And this isn't a fantasy. It's real.
So Kate and I here, we care about this town, the people who are in it. And we don't make unilateral decisions. We're business partners. So if one of us doesn't feel good about something...
Then it's a no-go.
Well, it sounds like you two have figured out the secret to a successful marriage.
Well, about my questions.
Ask away. I'm an open book. What I don't know, I will find out.
Who are these investors that you represent?
See, I have to know that as well, because if you want me on board, I have to know where the money's coming from.
Do they have any sort of track record to keeping their promises?
Well, I can give you entire prospectus on the group and walk you through the plan.
Yeah, that'd be great.
See, what I want to know is who the sellers are. I mean, the actual owners of the property, because I kind of find it incredible to think that everyone's prepared to sell everything at the same time.
I don't know much about the sellers, but I will say that the entire property is owned by a single corporation entity.
Girolamo Limited?
That's weird. I mean, because they own the entire warehouse district, I haven't heard of them.
There's nothing worse than knowing people are keeping things from you. Especially when it's people that you love and you trust. Jack, you are a good man. You're doing the best you can, which is all any of us can really do.
No, that's the hell of this thing. No matter what words I chose, no matter how I tried to couch this thing, someone I love is going to get hurt. There's no getting around it.
It's clear to me what you were to Jack and what you weren't. He was alone, and he's a man.
A very passionate man.
And you were available. Married, taken, no problem.
My relationship with Billy was based on
shameless. And when that didn't work out for you, you couldn't move on to Jack fast enough. Another grieving Abbott who was committed to another woman. My God, you must have felt like you got a second shot at the lottery, baby.
You would try to reduce it to
Yeah,
that.
Jack had needs, and you met them, but it's over. And you storming out of rooms, acting like you're all wounded, you're coming off like a hormonal teenager. Get over yourself.
You know what, Phyllis? I don't think that's what really pisses you off, the fact that Jack and I slept together.
Oh,
no, I think it's the fact that we slept together in your bed. Jack holding me in his arms night after night in the place you once shared. A place that he invited me to live, to redecorate top to bottom, to make it my own, as the new lady of the house. That's right. Jack invited me to live with him. We were living together. Why? Well, it was Jack's idea. He asked me because he loved me and he wanted to be with me day and night. And you just can't stand it, can you? That's why you're threatened by me. Not because Jack and I had something physical. It's because Jack and I had a commitment. We were planning a future. We had a life.
Delusional. You went after a man who was in love with another woman. What does that say about you, taking advantage of someone's grief like that? My God. You are a woman who lost a son in a tragic accident. Shame on you.
Excuse me?
You worked your way back into Jack's life.
And you know what? He was alone and vulnerable, but you were damaged.
And I know it made him feel really good thinking he was rescuing you. Kind of like helping a little animal out of the gutter.
What do you mean it's Michael? Did you guys have a fight? Is something going on?
I shouldn't have said anything.
But you just did.
Look, it's not like I don't want to confide in you. In fact, that's how I wound up here. My mind was spinning. I just started walking, and this is where my feet took me. Because I need a friend. Just worried that if I say what I have to say, if I say it out loud, it suddenly becomes more real, and that just freaks me out. Michael has cancer. And he's telling his wife now, and I'm really scared.
That sucks.
That sucks? That's what you've got? That's your version of being a friend? Wow, I'm overwhelmed with the supportiveness.
Kevin, I don't know what else to say.
Literally, there are like thousands of other things you could have said that would have been better than that. And I get that you're not good with this interpersonal communication stuff, but could you at least pretend like you give a damn?
I might not be good at the interpersonal stuff, but I know enough to understand that you're angry right now. Not at me, but you're angry. And trust me, I get it, I understand, but seriously, dude, you've got to stop.
What?
I'm not your whipping boy.
I'm bearing my soul to you here, and you just acted like I told you I got a parking ticket with it. That sucks.
Bearing your soul. It took me 10 minutes to get one sentence out of you.
Well, I didn't know what kind of reaction I would get.
Let's back up. If the shoe were on the other foot, what would your reaction be?
Huh?
If there was someone that I was very close to...
Well, that is a very big if.
Let's assume there is someone in my life who is as important to me as Michael is to you. And I told you that they had this terrible disease and that I was scared and I didn't know what to do. What would you say?
I would say that's very unfortunate. But you know what? Forget it. I shouldn't have said anything.
Help me understand how you could just shut me out like that. If it were me and I had just gotten that diagnosis, you would be the first person I would run to lean on, to help me make decisions, to keep me calm. I'm really at a loss here, because I would never do that to you. I would never treat you like that.
When I went to prison for Fenmore, and I did tell you that I was leaving you. It was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. Just couldn't bring myself to do it a second time.
How bad is the cancer?
I just got the results of my last battery of tests. The doctor wanted to break it to me in person. I just got that phone call when you walked into my office to talk about Joe and your concerns about his project.
You snapped at me and I did not understand why.
It's stage 3.
So it's not the worst?
Yeah. It's not good, but it is treatable.
Weeks. Weeks you knew about this. Weeks we could have been discussing the options. Weeks we could have been discussing what course of action to take, and you could have been getting treatment. Did you once ever stop to think about me and our family?
I've just been waiting for things to feel a little more concrete, like with my business. Isn't that a laugh? I mean, that's kind of funny.
No.
I finally realized, what if things never do settle down? What if it's just life? And I think it's okay. Because together, you and I, we can handle anything. We can handle the good, the bad, whatever else comes our way. But all I know is I want to face it with you. Now, wherever our future takes us, I want to be with you for the rest of my life. Avery.
Wait. Up you go.
I wasn't quite finished yet.
I know. Just say. Dylan, you're the only man that I've ever truly loved. Once I was old enough and wise enough to understand what that really means. And you're also the first man who ever made me feel totally, completely loved in return. All of me, no matter what. Even the parts of myself I don't particularly like.
You're perfect.
No, I'm not perfect. And neither are you. But together, we're better. We're amazing. And we're something that I never want to end. I love this man! Ah! I love this man! I do. I love you, Dylan McAvoy. So if you were about to ask me what I think you're about to ask me,
Avery. Will you marry me?
Yes.
So my main concern is there's a lot of artists in the warehouse district that rent studio space at a very affordable price. So what's going to happen when you come in and you tear everything down and put these big office buildings up?
Well, there's plans for a concert hall. The first floor is all allocated to art galleries.
Yeah, but that's for profit businesses with an upscale clientele. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the painters and the sculptors up in the lofts and the little storefront theater companies. He just didn't get kicked out with nowhere to go.
Yeah, she's right, because once they scatter, you're going to lose that sense of artistic community.
Yeah, it's a valid concern. I'll bring it up with the investors.
Okay, my next question would be, has there been any economic research done on the impact of displacing all these small businesses at once? And what's going to happen to the waitresses and the waiters and the service workers when the wrecking ball comes in?
Sure, there will be jobs. The net effect is that this is going to be very positive for Genoa City.
Yeah, but that's just your guess, right? I mean, you haven't done any actual research on it.
No, nothing formal.
Well, are you planning to?
Excuse me, guys. I have to take this.
Yeah,
Sorry.
sure.
Hey, it's Kane. Hey, thanks for calling me back.
You know, this passion that you have, it's very...
Overbearing.
I was gonna say hi.
Excuse me?
Well, you're a sharp, attractive, strong point of view woman. This challenging my project in a whole new light it's very attractive.
You're hitting on me.
I'm just showing my appreciation.
Like I said.
I just hope your husband knows what a prize you are, and he goes out of his way to keep you happy.
Jack, I know your heart's in the right place, man, because it usually is, but we've had this conversation before, haven't we?
Yeah, when Phyllis and I got engaged. And I wasn't honest with Kelly because her mother was in the hospital.
Okay, Jack, look, I'm going to say something to you here, but you made everything worse by protecting everyone involved, you know? I mean, you gave Kelly hope when there was none. You disrespected Phyllis by trying to hide your engagement. What does the program say about making amends? It's all about the truth. The truth will set you free, no matter how difficult it is for the other person to hear it, man.
Yeah, you're just confirming what I already know. I have to tell Phyllis about Kelly and me. All of it.
Oh, I see I hit a nerve. As I was saying, Jack plucked you out of the gutter, and now he's tossing you back where you belong. Get over it.
You know, speaking of dumping, Phyllis, did Jack ever tell you about the last time he went to see you in the clinic? A little special trip? We are done! Like hell we are!
Kevin, please wait. I'm sorry. I don't know how to do this stuff, sickness.
Yeah, well, who does?
Good point. I guess I'm just trying to say that I'm...
Lame? Is that the word you're looking for?
Yes. I'm lame. I'm very lame, and I'm sorry. But I want you to know that you're not alone, and I'm gonna do my best to be here for you.
You know, when I was in the doctor's office, and he was reviewing my diagnosis, what it meant, what my options were. The only thing that I could hear in that moment were about 1 billion irrational questions just banging around in my head. How long could I afford to put things off? A week, a month? What if the treatment were successful and I survived? What would it do to me? What would it mean? Would I function as a man? Son of a bitch! Damn it! Son of a bitch! I don't understand! Why is this happening to me? I don't get it! I don't!
No, it's not. It's happening to us. It's happening to us, baby. And together we're gonna decide. We're gonna decide what happens next. I'm here, baby.
I know you know me better than I know myself. Connected far beyond our hold, our reach. Forever we are bound. It comes down to only you and me. The secrets that we share, we keep. I never knew that I could feel complete, but I do now. We carry these these dreams like seeds from some other life, and then we bury them deep inside. Let go, it'll take a lifetime to learn how to love. Let go, it'll take a lifetime.
Sorry that it took so long.
How's the conversation going?
Well, he managed to sidestep most of my questions, and then you will never guess what happened next.
What happened?
He hit on me.
Joe hit on you?
Yes, Joe. I mean, at least I think that's what he was doing.
Did it make you feel uncomfortable?
No, it's annoying. It's like, because I'm a woman, he just gets annoyed by my questions and thinks he can just shut me up by charming me, make me forget the fact that his real estate deal could be harmful to this town.
And you're upset that you think he didn't take you seriously?
It's not even, whatever. I'm just probably making a bigger deal out of it than it is.
We're gonna get back over there and we're gonna finish this conversation. And I will make sure he knows that my hot, sexy wife is not a pushover. Come on, let's go.
As I was saying, Jack made a special trip to Georgia just to say goodbye to you. So when he told me he loved me, he was free of you.
Kelly!
Next on The Young and the Restless.
You're the one who made a horrible mistake, and you're gonna spend the rest of your life regretting it.
Maybe this is our first Christmas together, but it is my first Christmas without Adam.
You just need a little more time, and I'm telling you,
I'm going back to Genoa City and I'm starting over.
Join us again for The Young and the Restless.